So today we have come up with another interesting topic. So come with me, let's learn together. Let's start with the circuit. Okay, so before getting into the circuit, I'll introduce two important instruments. One is ammeter and another is voltmeter. I hope you all know it, right? So ammeter is an instrument used to measure current, whereas voltmeter is an instrument used to measure potential difference or voltage. Yes, so let's start designing our circuit. In this session, we are going to measure current and voltage. So let's construct a simple circuit. Okay, so what are all the components you require? You require a battery for potential difference, some connecting wires for the flow of current, then a switch, a bulb, ammeter, voltmeter for measuring current and voltage. Yes. Now let's connect it. Okay, with voltmeter connected across the bulb to measure the voltage across the bulb, and an ammeter connected to measure the flow of current through the bulb. Clear? Now, as soon as you complete the circuit, you can find the current flowing through the circuit, causing the bulb to glow. Okay. Now, note the voltmeter as well as the ammeter reading. So, voltmeter would give you voltage in volts and ammeter would give you current in amperes. Clear? Yes. Note it down and tabulate it. Okay. We'll repeat the experiment with two batteries. So, what's the difference? You can find the difference through the voltmeter as well as the ammeter reading. It increases or it doubles. Okay. Now let's complete the experiment with 3 batteries and 4 batteries and just note down the readings. Okay. Now we'll find the relationship between voltage and current. Okay. So for that, let's use a graph and plot it in the graph. Use these values and plot it in graph and just join the dots. You can find that you'll obtain a straight line. Okay. So one more thing, when your potential difference is 0, that is when there is no battery connected, your current would also be 0, right? So plot the origin too. Now we will obtain a straight line. From this we can conclude that as the voltage increases, your current also increases, right? Or in other terms, voltage is directly proportional to current. Yes? Correct. So this was given by a German scientist named Simon Ohms. So that is nothing but called as Ohm's law. So in definition, Ohm's law can be said like this. At constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the ends of the conductor. Clear? Let's understand Ohm's law with one more example. Okay, let us consider 2 beakers containing water, one with 100 ml of water and another with 50 ml of water. Okay, and you have a connecting tube between them. What do you find? You can find that water rushes from beaker A to beaker B. Or in other terms, you can say it as the water in beaker A has the potential to do the work to move the water from A to B. Clear? Now let us consider second example, that is same beakers with connecting tube but with water levels as different. Okay, here we are going to take 75 ml and here 50 ml. Okay. Now what can you find? Still water moves from A to B. But only less amount of water moves from A to B. Right? Or in other terms you can say it as the potential to do the work in order to move the water from A to B is less when compared to that of first case. Clear? Now third example. Same beakers with same quantity of water, 50 ml and 50 ml. Now no water moves to no side. Or in other terms, you can say it as there is no potential to do the work to move the water from one beaker to other. Now clear? So this is what is explained in Ohm's law. So as you increase the potential difference, your current increases. So as you decrease the potential difference, your current decreases. Or in simple terms, voltage is or potential difference is directly proportional to current. So V is directly proportional to I. Now in order to remove the proportionality, we will introduce a constant R. So V is equal to IR, where R is the resistance. What is resistance? It is just a stopping force, or in other terms you can say it as which stops the flow of current or reduces the flow of current. Why do we actually require resistance? You just think, for an example, you have 1 milliampere required LED and you have 9 volts of battery. So when you connect these two, what will happen? Will it glow? No. Why? Actually, you require only 1 milliampere of current. But this 9-volt battery would give huge current which is not or which cannot be accepted by this LED. So it burns out. For this purpose, you will use a resistor. Clear? So on choosing the suitable resistor, you can reduce the flow of current and thus making the bulb to glow. So how to choose this resistor? What value can we use? You just know the formula V is equal to IR, right? So resistance R is equal to V by I. V's value you know 9 volts and I what is you require in the LED, which is 1 milliampere. So when you calculate it, you can find how much resistance should be placed. Clear? The unit of resistance is ohms, which is expressed in symbol omega. Clear? It's very simple to remember Ohm's law, okay? So V is equal to IR, okay? You need not remember that even. Just remember a triangle, okay? So write V on the top, IR at the bottom. So V is equal to I into R. If you want I, just close I. So V by R. If you want R, just close R. V by I. So Ohm's law is ready. Yes? I hope I was able to convey my concepts clearly to you. I think now we are clear with what is Ohm's law is, right? So if you like the video, please click on the like button and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe my channel. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for all the support given. Keep supporting. So